Hey, welcome back. Well, pets are not only great pandemic companions, but doctors say your fur babies could have a tremendous impact on your health as well.
Yeah, research has shown that dogs and cats for a long time have been making their owners healthier and happier. Joining us live to break down all those benefits is Chief Medical Officer Bob Lester with Wellhaven Pet Health. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Jenny and Emily. Thank you for the opportunity. Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. So tell us, what are some of the biggest overall health benefits of having a pet?
I thought this would be a really great topic to kick these segments off. We'll talk a lot in the future about what we can do as pet parents, and I understand you two are pet parents to help make our pets healthier. But I think it's fascinating the research that's coming out today that indicates how much pets make us, two-legged animals, happier and healthier. Studies showing that pets lower our blood pressure, lower our risk of heart disease, prevent allergies in children, decrease stress, anxiety, depression, help our immune system. So many different things are coming out now as you as pet parents kind of intuitively know that pets are good for us.
Oh yeah, I think one area that so many people have realized over this past year is pets and mental health and the impact they can have on that. How do they help with things like depression?
Isn't it remarkable? And I think the pandemic has even further heightened this, as so many people are shut in and stuck at home, and their only connection, their only purpose, their only relationship is with that four-legged fur baby. It's remarkable how beneficial that is. And as you get into the science, a lot of it just has to do with that kitty purring in your lap, how that decreases cortisol, stress levels, how it increases serotonin and oxytocin, the things that make us feel better. Again, as pet parents, when you come home from work and a tough day, who's there with that unconditional love, that great greeting? It's your fur babies.
Oh yeah, I always say, yeah, our pug is always snoring, which I love. It like just fills me with happiness. But I always say, rough day at the office. Yeah, no, they're so great. And my daughters have really grown close to our dog during the pandemic, as they're at home too. So also, I mean, he's having a good impact on their physical health. They don't have allergies, and I always kind of attribute it to growing up with a dog and, having, I guess, does it build their immunity to that, or how does that work?
That's exactly right. And the research is pointing that out, that children that grow up with pets and they're exposed to some of the things that pets bring into the household, that does decrease their allergies. Not to mention that by raising a pet, your kids are growing up more empathetic, more responsibility. They have to clean the litter box. They have to take care of the dog, bathe them, walk them. So many benefits for children to grow up with a four-legged sibling.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that, the one we were just showing there on the screen too, helping with obesity and heart pressure and blood pressure. And that's huge. I mean, just the physical benefits of having to get out and be active so that your pet can be active.
It's enormous. When I'm out for my walk every morning, that's where I see my neighbors. That's where we connect. And guess what? We're in better shape because we're out walking our pets morning and night.
Yeah, yeah.
Huge
And then
benefits.
what about the benefits with cats specifically and your heart?
Yes, it's been shown that cats decrease the incidence of heart attacks. So in fact, as I think about the recipe for a successful life, you can make it really simple. We need to eat well, we need to exercise, we need to sleep, and you should own a pet. That pet brings so many health benefits, emotional and physical, that it helps us, that the data continues to show we live longer, happier, healthier lives by having a pet in our home.
Oh, that's just, it's good to know that, dogs or cats, whatever fur friend you prefer at home, there are benefits to both. I mean, I know we see animals too, even working like as therapy animals in hospitals and stuff too. What are some of the ways that pets really kind of coincide with the healthcare profession?
Oh, without a doubt. Physicians, 97% of physicians acknowledge the benefits of having a pet in the home. And to your point, pets going into a senior living or a hospice situation or a nursing home, it's a classroom. The benefits to those people as they interact with those four-legged pets is just remarkable.
Now I want to go home and just give Sam a hug.
I know. I'm thinking of Rocky snoring away. Yeah.
Yeah, my dog is the only person allowed to snore that I don't find annoying.
Yeah.
It's cute when he does it. Anybody else? No.
We do know people in our lives who say like, oh, well, I have allergies, so I can't have. Now, there are a lot of pets out there that don't carry that stuff, right? That you can own even if you have allergies to dogs or to cats.
That's exactly right. There are some pets that that are more hypoallergenic than others. So talk to your veterinary professional, they can help you. And then of course, with the medications today, we can, dealing with your physician, not your veterinarian, we two-legged animals can modulate those allergies very well. In fact, it's not unusual to see veterinarians that have pet allergies, and many have learned to manage that well.
Yeah, load up on the Claritin or whatever.
There you
right?
go. Interesting. Always
Yeah.
ways to make it work, but yeah, they definitely do present so many benefits. What's one thing that you've learned of a benefit that really surprised you?
There's so many things, but the one that pops first to mind is kids with autism and how they communicate with that pet in a different way, and how they react and how they become more social by having a pet in their life.
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of research on that.
Very cool. Yeah, that's awesome. So many reasons to love our pets. Bob, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate all the insight,
Thank
and have a
you.
great day.
You too.